To be clear, I covered the Columbine shooting in '99. I've covered all these mass shootings. And I have never seen 1/10 this much absolute total hype and demonization of the Second Amendment. And I've never seen the ATF saying they'll ban guns even if Congress doesn't pass a law. That's what they're saying now. And Bloomberg's calling for, quote, executive action. And now Obama has come out today saying he may do that and will support all of these gun control measures. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot blame individual gun owners for what some crazy person under psychiatric care does. This nation, 20% of it at least, is on suicide mass murderer pills. It's called SSRIs and SRIs. It's on record. The insert says it. We have an authoritarian government that wants to take our guns. And why are we in such an emergency situation? It's not just CNN and MSNBC saying anybody that owns a gun is responsible for this murder, and then people taking on the guilt going, you're right, I'm bad, sorry. I mean, this is insane. They're now saying you're Ku Klux Klan. Not just 2 weeks ago with that sports writer, now they're saying it's racist to own guns. I mean, they are pulling out the stops, and they're having Walmart. They're having Cheaper Than Dirt. They're having Dick's Sporting Goods come out and say, we're not selling semi-automatic rifles or handguns anymore. And there's calls to ban guns, period, for citizens. This is how it's been done over and over and over again in other countries. And I can tell you unequivocally, they are set to ban our guns, as I said in an earlier video we followed earlier. This is hardcore serious. And if they can have the gun shops not sell the guns, that is a ban by fiat. And it sets this tone of, they've even stopped selling them. Of course they've got to ban them. These are military. These are full auto, which they're not. And they play on the ignorance because they're scared of one of the last liberties, the gun culture, that's about self-preservation, protecting your family, self-sufficiency. They are scared of that. They know crime rates have dropped massively the last 20 years in violent crime because of gun ownership going up. I showed FBI statistics and numbers earlier. They hope the public doesn't discover this, so I'm here to announce to you, this is the full-out assault. It's 10 times anything I've ever seen. And they're getting ready to build such a crescendo of problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem or exacerbate it. Say somebody's got to do something. All right, I'll use an executive order to ban your guns and make you turn them in. This is what they've done in other countries. It's what they've set the precedent for, and it's what they're pushing. And we are all in grave danger, ladies and gentlemen. I can't imagine having my guns taken and then living in fear of criminals that start attacking when they know you're disarmed. I mean, this government wants our guns for a reason. They've signed us on to over $1.5 quadrillion in foreign debt that's not ours. They plan to raise taxes on everybody like France has been doing. And they know people politically aren't going to put up with it. And so they want to be able to bring in real tyranny and start using the NDAA to arrest citizens and the NSA illegally spying. I mean, remember, you never believed in the NDAA. Now it's all public. Think of how far we've come. Do you want to give this criminal government, do you want to give this group the power of them only having the guns and you don't have the guns? Are you that crazy? Because I'm telling you, they're coming for our guns and they're coming for everything else after that. History is repeating itself. They've got banning, gun shows on TV, saying they can't even show children on TV the next week on Fox, on shows in the holidays that'll sadden us. They're running a giant guilt psyop to get us to give up our liberties when there's more and more evidence mounting that there was a second shooter and they're covering it up. All they do is kill the mental patient who they've profiled, have the shooter expertly do it, have the shooters exfiltrate. And that's what all the witnesses are now saying. I poo-pooed this for a few days. But this is looking more and more like a Fast and Furious Part 2. And like Larry Pratt said a month ago on my show, if they'd stage Fast and Furious, they'd stage Aurora, Colorado. Well, they'd stage this too. They're sure as hell using it to take our liberties. So what do? We stand up. We get involved. we boycott any of these companies saying they won't sell guns. I'm never going to Walmart again, never do anyways because of their slave labor. And think about how Walmart runs all these slave labor camps and stuff, but then they're so concerned about guns. And Apple that has suicide nets around their factory, they're so concerned about, our guns, but they have suicide nets and forced abortions at their contractor factories, the worst in China. They are control freaks using your humanity, punching your buttons to get you to give your guns up. So the ATF says they'll just start banning guns like they tried last year with shotguns by rule, not by law. They'll just order it. The stores are already doing it. You can see the total hysteria. They are pushing this like nothing before. They're coming for your guns. The authoritarianism is happening. And you put it together with all the rest of the authoritarianism, we're in trouble. Please warn everyone you know, for God's sakes. Alex Jones signing off for now for Infowars.com. We'll see you back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central on the radio covering this.